Hi, everybody. Welcome to ATX Good News. Today, we want to shine the light on E for Youth. Now, this is an Austin nonprofit. Four E's, right? Engaging, empowering, educating, and employing young people of color in our community.
Carl Settles is with us here. He is a former teacher, we found out. He's also the founder and the CEO of E4 Youth. Welcome, Carl. Thanks so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to begin this nonprofit and a little bit of what you do.
Sure. Happy to be here. I actually am a second generation college graduate. Both my parents had advanced degrees, always expected to go to college. I actually studied music in college. My first jobs were actually teaching. I taught reading and math to second graders in a Title I program. And then I taught science and history for 5 years in the community of Dove Springs in Southeast Austin. And that's where I started an arts and technology based after school program, really got deep into technology, became a software developer, also started to produce voiceover and music for an educational software company, really loved production. And we eventually all got laid off, and I wanted to stay in that world of production. And that's where I discovered advertising at the age of 30. But my relationship and my portfolio weren't advertising. It was all education and technology. And so it was really difficult for you to make that transition. And I started to reflect, if I'm a second generation college graduate and I didn't know about these opportunities, how would all the potential first generation students, college students that I work with, how would they know? And then if they knew, how would they actually go about pursuing those types of opportunities? And so that eventually gave birth to E for Youth. And our approach, and particularly for youth of color, they're not really, particularly creative youth of color, especially, they're not really indulged. Their interests are not indulged. And so the first E is to engage. So wherever many kids can't tell you what they are interested in or what they like. So we start there. What are the things that you like? We empower them to show them that the things that they care about are of value. And then we educate them about how they can use those things to build a quality digital portfolio. And then based on that portfolio, we literally employ them to go into the community, collect oral histories, do storytelling, and also go back into our schools and help younger students learn these skills as well.
So I love what you said about being seen, heard, and hired. And you're helping so many often underserved young people be seen, heard, and hired. I want to talk about some of the programs that you offer, and we're going to begin with WOW, or What Once Was. And this is a storytelling project that's so creative and impactful. Tell us more about WOW.
So What Once Was is a location-based mixed reality storytelling engine. Essentially is a website that based on key locations, we actually have our members or students or college age youth that are working in our program. They collect oral histories, and I can pull up, this is what it looks like. It's connected to Google Maps. So each one of these dots here represents a story that they've done research on and created some content around. And I'll go to this one, the Victory Girl. So when you land on that page, you actually see a 360 image of that place. And then embedded in that is a video that talks a little bit about the history of that place. And I'll just play a quick snippet of that.
Victory Grill has been a huge part of the East Austin community since the 1940s. Johnny Holmes opened the grill to welcome African Americans who were segregated to the east side of Austin at that time.
So, you've got so if you have a headset, you can view this in a headset. So it feels like you're standing there on the corner. These things are also viewable via phone or a tablet. And we're continuing to build on that. We really look at this as an opportunity for us to be able to expand our programming to communities around the world based on storytelling and this digital skill building pipeline that we've assembled.
Such an important pipeline. We did talk about, now you're doing something now called Black Employees Stories Workshop, sort of expanding on that storytelling idea.
Yeah, I showed you that that experience. You have a 360 image of that place. What we actually teach the students to do is to go into Google Maps, go into Street View, and find their place of significance, and then we interview or have them interview themselves. So we do that for employees. And since it's Black History Month, we're doing that for we can basically have up to five employees that fill out a questionnaire, send us some pictures, and then we interview them. And then their stories are added to the What Once Was platform. And then we do an in-person panel discussion where we unveil those stories. And they're really powerful because they give insights into people's origin stories, if you will. And the idea of really truly engaged employees also contributes to the bottom line. I think Gallup in their polling say that companies with engaged employees are up to 20% more profitable. And so again, we want to be that partner between the corporate entities and partners here in the community, providing benefit for them, but then we're also able to take that and distill it and have it benefit younger students in the community as well.
And Carl, these stories are so vital, especially the stories of people of color in this community and here in Austin that have often gone untold, and that I just applaud you for being able to reach out in all these wonderful ways and share these rich stories. Now, I know people watching may want to get involved and you rely on mentors. So tell us more about how people could get involved in E4Youth.
Sure. So you can always visit our website, e4youth.org. We actually have a volunteer week that's coming up at the end of this month. Our high school students participating in our enrichment clubs are actually preparing portfolio pieces that are going to be entered in our annual contest, and we'll be deciding on those in awarding those in May. And so this is an opportunity for them to interact with professionals, to see their work in progress and get feedback before they turn in their work for the showcase in May.
It's just wonderful how you're so exciting. It really is. I mean, the story, we talk about how powerful storytelling is, but
Yes.
This is connecting young people today to so much history. And like you said, you're getting noticed by the corporate world too, and being a part of that. So I think that's such a great bridge. Thank you for what you're doing for the community, Carl. And thank you for taking a little bit of time to be with us today.
Yeah. And go ahead, Carl.
No, I was saying absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Well, we have a partnership with I Live Here, I Give Here, and we want folks to know that this month we really want to highlight some of the Black-led nonprofits like E4Youth and remind everybody that Amplify Austin Day is coming up. And this is a great way for people to contribute to nonprofits that they see like E4Youth that are making a positive difference in our community. Do you have something planned for Amplify Austin Day with all your technology, Carl?
That's a great question. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. we're extremely busy. I think especially with the feedback, the volunteer week at the end of the month. So we're probably gonna stand pat.
Yeah. Well,
That's good.
your work is all that you need to show the great impact that you're having in the community.
Well, I know that we will be following E4Youth and we'll get lots more good news stories from your organization. But we want to remind everyone watching too, if you know someone like Carl, a group like his, or anybody just doing something good for their neighbor, please send us those good news story ideas to atxgoodnews@gmail.com.
Thanks for watching, everybody.